What is up, YouTube? I'm just sitting at my neighborhood park right now. Everybody's outside. You may hear some screaming in the background from the splash pad. But recently I posted a video on Instagram. Recently, as in like 5 hours ago or so. And I didn't make too much about it, like too much of a fuss about it. Like I said, like, hey, posting this video tomorrow, and then I posted it today, and then that's it. I reposted on my story, but I'm not gonna make a big deal. Like, guys, tap in. Like, it was just a short video based on like feeling and just like the feeling the song gave me. That's really it. I just was overwhelmed with emotions when listening to the song, and then I was like, might as well just make a video. And so that being said, now the video's been posted, it's not that I feel empty, because I have to go back to start working on my next film. It was like this little video was like a 4-day span where I got the idea, created it, and then edited it, or shot it, edited it, posted it, and then it's just like I go back to like writing my film. And that's good. I have like ideas flowing now, like an actual story, where I at least have like the first aspect of it. So I feel like a lot of my work works in like realms. So there's like different realms, like the spiritual realm, or like a collective conscious realm, and I have that down, like the spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it. Like I have the visuals for that, but there's some other stuff that there's a lot of other stuff I have to figure out, and that is all like regarding the actual narrative. So like, what's the plot, what's the story about, am I involved in the story at all, right? Like, should I be acting? Because I kind of want to shoot this one myself, low-key. And then not only just the narrative I have to like think about, I also have to think about like the technical, like, am I getting somebody to produce original music for this, which is the plan, and I have been talking to a few artists. But it's like I have this grand idea of making it like very, very world building, right? Like I really want to create this world, like something similar to like Destiny, like the video game. If you are watching this and you know what Destiny looks like, that's what I want to create, like this like Dead Earth, or like futuristic but very medieval universe, because that's what I believe the Renaissance is. That's what I believe our Renaissance could be like. And so yeah, Destiny's the inspiration, but that's so far away from me. But I'll try to encapsulate that into a film. But I'm giving myself time. Like I think when I created my film last year, right, that I posted, it actually probably was around this time that I came up with the video idea, or like the rough idea of when it'd be done. And I think originally I had it planned for like September, because I was only planning to do like one section or like one song, so it was only gonna be like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it wasn't gonna be like a narrative, it was just gonna be like a video. I wouldn't really call it a film originally. And then what happened was that I had a spiritual awakening, and my entire perspective switched, and I was like, I gotta make this thing meaningful. So the original plan was 4 months. I mean, that was also like very, very like Dunning-Kruger effect mentality of the idea comes to me, I think it's gonna work out, and then it doesn't, you know, like, and then I realize I have to do more than just like, you know, ask people, hey, you want to be in my project, right? So yeah, 4 months, took me actually a year to make it. Yes, there was gaps in between. Same thing that's gonna happen probably with this film. You know, there could be some stuff that changes in my personal life where I'm gonna have to adjust and like change focus. But I think right now I'm in a really good spiritual state where I feel like I have like a lot of mental clarity. Like obviously I need to get off my phone a bit more and like stop doom scrolling. But I've been thinking deeply about this world and this physical realm, and I like it's crazy how much I think about. But I think I have to get better at translating to the physical, like taking these concepts and ideas and coming back to reality and figuring out like, okay, like how can I actually make some change in the world? And so you know, with that said, I think this film will take a bit. It's gonna, like, my prediction is fall 2027. Fall 2027 I think would make sense considering that my last film took a year to make. This film will probably take a year to make, but because it's a bigger idea and I don't think I'll start shooting until this fall, right? Like I'm taking this summer to really, really think about the story, or get the story going at least, and I can finish it like as I'm shooting it. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a year, definitely, right? Because I want to make this good. I don't want to just rush it. I really want to challenge myself with this. And so, a few things on my mind that I haven't really talked about. I made a video about it the other day, but I deleted the video because I was just very emotional. But I may have to move out. I may have to leave this environment that I live in. That doesn't just mean my home. That means everything. That, like, this, the way people talk, these trails that I go for my walks on, my grocery store that I go to like 4 times a week, right? The food I like, my meals, these like almost like perfect meals that I have formulated over the past 8 months or so. Like, will I have to abandon all those for my dream? And the question is probably, I've done some deep thinking on it, and you know, I don't want to, like, I mean, if an entry level job is like labor work or like something that I don't like, I can have energy and time for, then sure, like I'll work a job, like an entry level job. But I'm not gonna work at some fast food joint or like a bartender. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to do that, but I don't plan to like actually sit down and I mean, fuck, I'm sitting down right now. I mean figuratively. Like, I don't like settle down. Sorry, I don't want to like find an apartment and start renting and shit. I'd much rather just live in my car, right? But then how could you make money living in your car, driving from place to place? Because I don't see there being like an industry where I fit in, because I believe that the the market is a digital market. It's globalized, right? And so I have all these different connections from like all over the world. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm international, I'm worldwide. But I just mean like I may have one person that lives in Oregon, I have one person that lives in California, I have one person that lives in Texas, I have one person that lives in New York, right? Or this like just a vast list of names that I'm mutuals with on Insta, and I've maybe texted about this project, and that maybe I'd like to go meet with and create something, right? They're kind of all over, and so I'm excited if it if things work out, and I do say like I'm gonna come out there, I'm gonna travel a little bit and collaborate. I'm excited for that, but what does that mean? That means no work for maybe a month. And I have sufficient funds, but I don't have sufficient funds to just live on my own. So no matter what, I think car is the option, right? Because this mission that I'm on, it requires like the utmost amount of my time. Like it feels like I am like, I'm not racing against myself. Like, yeah, sure I am. Like, the spiritual war, World War III is a spiritual war. It's a psychological war, and so it's like, it's you versus you. But I feel like I've already defeated myself. And I don't mean myself. I've defeated my ego. Like, yeah, I have moments where my ego needs to be controlled, but like a lot of the worldly struggles that people addictions that people struggle with every day, I think I've like conquered. Yeah, maybe I'll have a slip up, right? But I don't feel like I have any like crazy addictions. Like, I don't drink, I'm not lustful. Like there's no substances. Like, maybe I'm a sucker for some chocolate, but I've gotten really good at controlling like my physique, and bro, like, I've been logging, bro. I've been feeling really good about my body recently, and just my overall health. And so like I feel like I'm at this point where I've got like, the only thing is finances. Like, finances are the only thing I haven't figured out. But I'm pretty well off from a self point of view. And so the only thing that's really left to fix is like the things outward, right? So be the change, not only for myself. Like, it's not like once I've obtained the physique, or obtained the style, obtained the facial structure, whatever it is, there's only so much you can obtain before you start to like project outwards, right? And so I think it's a positive thing, right? Like, I think if it's a negative thing, like you're so negative, like you hate your face, you hate your body, you hate the way you talk, and then once you've hated yourself enough and you've accepted that you just look terrible, then you start to hate outwards. I think that's the opposite of what I'm trying to say here, right? Like, I feel like I love myself so much that I can project love onto others and onto the things I do, or into the things I do. And so I think there are a lot of changes that I see, or that I can foresee happening in the future, or that should be happening in the future. But I don't know who's going to make those changes if it's not me. And what I mean by those changes, I mean changes in art and culture, changes in politics, philosophy. I think that's really how you find your purpose. It's an absence of whatever you are craving. If there is a lack of X, Y, and Z, there's two people in this world. The ones who complain about that lack of, or the ones who fix that lack of, and actually be the filler. And so, like, be the change, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. How far I can really foresee the future here and achieve achieve greatness. But aside from that, Age of Aquarius, I don't know if that's the name of the film, but next project, the one thing that I get worried about is, who's gonna see it, because like I said, I posted that video today, and it's only been like 5 hours, yeah, but it only has like 33 likes and 2 comments, and like, I know it's not that deep, and my work is for the people who care, and there's not many people who care in this world, I'll tell you that. Like maybe, yeah, like 100, maybe I'll get like 100 likes by the end of this week, right? I think really my project is for those 100 people. That's all, like, that's really what I think my work is for. It's really for the people I'm friends with and the people I have a connection with, because I think those are ultimately the people that will make those changes. Like, I think I surround myself with like a decent amount of like hardworking individuals, I guess you could say, or people who are aspiring to create change and to create a successful life. And so if those people are, viewing my work, then that's like me being like a friendly reminder to, like, keep at it and keep striving. So like, let's say I have a friend who's in architecture or urban design, and they see my work about Renaissance, and even though my work about Renaissance is like a film, right, they could see that and be like, wow, I really want to put this idea of Renaissance into the way I urban plan or the way I go about my architecture, and then they can change the landscape that the greater Toronto area is heading in, like they can make urban planning their focus and try to put this idea of Renaissance into what they do. Same thing if it's like a doctor or somebody's in like the sciences, right? So it's really about like being universal and being that like pillar in your own niche. But because you're universal, it can like bleed into other aspects and niches in life, and the other people who have those other niches are typically like my friends or like acquaintances, and I think that's what motivates me. It's like this like mutual relationship. Obviously there could be like parasocial people who come further down the line, but I think that's completely fine. It's important to have that, and I don't want to say I'm rich and famous right now, because that's quite the opposite. But the way I talk about the help, it's a mutual relationship, right? I listen to their music, I create videos to their music, I talk to like everybody I know, I put everybody on the help, and they give me hope, right? They give me, it's transformational. It's a metaphysical thing. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a video. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the evening, finish my Diet Coke at like 7 p.m. Hopefully I'll be able to sleep tonight. But yeah, just a quick update video. Peace.